Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. We will start the webinar in 2 minutes, just to give some time for people to join. Hello, good morning, everyone, and welcome to our webinar today about Microsoft Teams IT Helpdesk Chatbot. Just to introduce the presenters, my name is Azzat Sayegh. I'm from the Business Development Department at Cloud4Work. We have with us as well Khalid Dasuki. He's our expert in AI. He has a PhD in AI and NLP. He is an active researcher as well in the topic with more than 5 years of experience in bot programming as well as deployment and implementations. So for today, we have really we're very excited. We have we'll cover a lot of information, but we'll try to make it short. We'll try to keep it within the 30 minutes time, and then open up the rest of the time for a Q&A. So we will start with an overview. So I'll be going through the overview of a little bit about Microsoft Teams, about the Helpdesk chatbot, how better together they can solve a lot of your challenges and help you in your day-to-day operation. And then Khalid will cover a little bit more on details, how the chatbot works, how do we program the chatbot, how do we make it efficient and tailored to our environment. And then we'll see it in action. So we'll have a demo of the chatbot, and then we have next step and Q&A. For the Q&A, we have it's already on, so you can see it in your from your browser. So you can just type in your questions, and we make sure at the end that we cover all the questions that you have. So let's start a little bit about Cloud4Work in one slide. So we offer solutions and change management. And really, our mission is to help organizations make the most out of their Office 365. So a lot of organizations, they have invested in Office 365, but they're not leveraging its full potential. So we see that companies start with the deployment, we have early adopters, and then the adoption rate suffers. So they are not utilizing it properly, and then they are really not leveraging the full capability. Even though there are so many things in the suite, as you can see in the wheel, there are a lot of applications and a lot of value that Office 365 can bring to your environment. So we offer change management. We have a change management practice to help you adopt those technologies, and we have as well solutions like bots and other things to also help you leverage the full potential. One of them is bot. Bot, for example, we have deployed a bot to a large institution in Abu Dhabi, and it's the second highest utilized bot in the whole UAE. And that was a solution that we have deployed to make sure we leverage the Office 365 suite of Microsoft. So out of this suite, the topic today is Microsoft Teams and a bot, of course. So let me just stop a little bit on Microsoft Teams. I think we all know it. It has been, the go-to collaboration platform in the past couple of months with the current situation and the work from home situation. Just to remind you, it's there, to communicate, so we can chat, we can have online meetings, video conferencing. We can also collaborate, so we use it to collaborate on files. co-author documents together. So it is really helping in collaboration. What sometimes not so well known is that you can also extend Teams capability with applications that you can run on top, or with custom applications that you can build on top, or with, of course, bot and chatbot like we're gonna talk today. Security is important to know as well, that this environment is very secure, so it's an enterprise grade security. So whatever you do in Teams is highly secure and safe. Now, it's important to mention, especially after Microsoft release, today 75 million. Microsoft has 75 million daily active users globally. So that's massive. They started the year with 13 million and it jumps to 75 million. What's also interesting is that we have, a couple of millions in our region. So today, Teams is everywhere, is on everyone's desktop, laptop, mobile phone. So it's important as well that it's kind of the go-to collaboration and communication platform today. On the other hand, we have the Helpdesk Chatbot. So the Helpdesk Chatbot that we're going to talk about today, it's basically automating your support function. So we are automating the frequently asked questions that people are asking to your help desk, to your HR. We are automating incidents that might happen, even questions about COVID. When are we going back to the office? What is the COVID situation at our company? So we are automating using the chatbot all the questions that users have, and they are asking frequently and repetitively to your help desk or to the organization. So with the chatbot, it's not new, but you save up to 30% of your support cost. So when you open up for new applications like Teams or others, you will end up having more incidents, more questions to your help desk, and instead of having adding people or just overwhelming your current existing team, you can automate that with a chatbot and save 30%. Engagement is also known to be increased. So when you have a chatbot, you are free, you are more comfortable asking questions. You are more comfortable, between you and the bot to ask any questions that you have, which is makes it, more engaging than asking someone in the help desk. Another thing as well is you can handle thousands of conversations simultaneously. So, if your organization is for 5,000 or 10,000 or 20,000, a chatbot can always be there. It's 24/7 support, and it's here to support your end users. So some bot facts. 40% of people really don't care if they are helped by a chatbot or a real human. This is in 2020. So as long as I can get an answer quickly from my mobile, from anywhere, I really don't care who is behind that. Few statistics from Gartner. So 47% of organizations will use chatbot for customer care, and 40% will deploy virtual assistants. So these are, the statistics globally, but of course they apply to our region as well. So we will see that, by 2022, 86% of businesses are expected to have some sort of chatbot implemented. So it's going mainstream. It is the future. A lot of cost benefits, cost savings, improved customer experience, and so on. Now, what's important today and for our webinar is that when we put them together. So like we know, and I said, Microsoft Teams is everywhere today on my laptop, mobile phone, any device. I'm using it on a daily basis. And the chatbot is here to help me. Now, combining them together, this is really the benefit that we're going to discuss today. So a chatbot needs to be consumed somehow. It needs to have a channel. Now, previously, you wanted to log in maybe to your intranet, then go to your chatbot, then start the conversation. So it wasn't practical. Now, having a chatbot inside Microsoft Teams becomes much more practical, much more easier, because you can, from your mobile chat, from your desktop chat, get an answer. So you have the single pane, and you are properly using Teams as a hub for teamwork. So it's very important that what we are discussing today is a chatbot that you access from Teams. It will look like a chat in your team, and then you can chat with it and get your answers and get things done very quickly. So with this introduction about the teamwork and the chatbot, I'm gonna now pass it on to Khalid. So Khalid will tell us more about how it works, what's behind the scene, and then will take us through the demo of the chatbot. So Khalid, I'll pass it on to you.
Thank you, Azat. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us on this webinar. So today I will present to you a little bit how a high-level design of our chatbot and how the AI chatbot works, especially using Microsoft Teams on and using Microsoft Bot Framework. And then we will go through a demo to show you the our chatbot, our IT Helpdesk chatbot. So just to introduce the architecture, whenever you have a chatbot architecture is made of three main components. The first component is what we called it as a front end component, where there is a channel which you can use to consume the chatbot. And here today, as that was talking about Microsoft Teams, which is one of the best channels for enterprise today to communicate with chatbots. And then there is the back end, which is made of the logic of the chatbot, the intelligence of the chatbot, and where the AI is made. And finally, there is the integration with your backend. So, and where you to get your data, because the importance of the chatbot is also after understanding the query of your user, the chatbot has to go and get the information from your backend, like ITSM, HRMS, CRM, ERP, any database. So, so next, the slide next, please. Okay, so to talk about the front end side of the chatbot, there is Teams, and also we can integrate with any web app. So if you have a website, a portal, intranet, mobile app for your enterprise, you can integrate with it. The main service that enable your channels to hook up to the chatbot using Microsoft Azure is the bot service. So it's a secure managed service made by Microsoft. So it's a highly secure service and scalable. So whenever you have a message that is received by your sent by user through Teams, it will go through your bot service that you are created in your Microsoft Azure, and then the information will be passed from your bot service to the bot logic. So the bot logic is where the code of the chatbot is made, is developed. That's mean if you have a dialogue, and for example, when you say hello, the chatbot will reply, hello, it's your IT assistant. The code of the chatbot is in the bot logic that is present after the bot service. Now, for the second slide, please. Okay. Then comes the AI. So what is the main purpose of the AI, which is the Lewis here, which is language understanding of Microsoft? What is the main purpose of AI in a chatbot? The main purpose of AI in a chatbot is to transform the unstructured message, like your natural language message, like say, I have a problem with my Wi-Fi, and turn it and transform it into an information, a structured information where a program is capable of understanding. So when you say, I'm not able to connect to my Wi-Fi, this information has an intent and it has entities. What does it mean, an intent and entities? An intent, so please on the second slide. So let's say you're saying here, I want to call my HR representative. The AI will take this message, unstructured message. We called it the natural language processing message, and transform it into intent and entity, as we were saying. The intent is what you're intending to say. So you're asking about your HR contact, and what is the entity is to make a call. So when you send this information to the the AI engine will reply with two main information: the intent, which is you're asking for a HR contact, and for what? To make a call. So you need to have a phone number. And getting back this information into the bot logic from Lewis, the bot logic is capable of processing this information, and now the information is transformed from an unstructured message as a natural language message into a structured message, and it can go and get it from your backend. So it will go and get it will decide to get the phone number of your HR representative using your username, your team's username, to get the information needed. So in the next slide, we still have one entity that is very important, is the integration app. So when you get all this information from the AI, you will go and get the information the remain from your database and your existing backend, IT backend. So there is an app that take the information from the pod logic, go get it from the your data backend, and get it back to your bot logic, so you can are able to reply to your user. So the flow is as follow. Let's take an end-to-end flow to explain how the end-to-end flow of the IT Helpdesk chatbot is working. So when the user send a message, flow one, it will go to Teams. It will open Teams. It will mention your chatbot, and it will ask him a question. So it will ask him, for example, I want to call my HR representative, or where is how to log into my Wi-Fi. So the chatbot will take the information, Teams, and will send it to your bot service. The bot service send it to your bot logic. Bot logic will take this message, I'm not able to access to my Wi-Fi, and send it to Lewis, which is the AI. Lewis, the AI, will transform it from unstructured message into a structured data, and say that you are having an incident, or you are asking for a Wi-Fi service, and for a service, and it's a Wi-Fi. So the bot logic will know this information and go to your backend data, get your SSID, get what is the username and password, and get them back to the bot logic, which is reply through Teams to your user. All this is done in milliseconds. So instead of communicating with an IT team and explain to them that you need a Wi-Fi, or you have a problem with your VPN connection, all this can be handled smoothly by a chatbot. So as I was saying, it will leverage and it will minimize the burden on your IT help desk. Now we can go through to a demo to show you our IT chatbot in action. So I will share my screen. Uh, can you allow me to share my screen? Okay. So here is our chatbot in action. Okay. So let's say it's through Microsoft Teams. When you open your Teams app, you can see it in the chat. You can have the chatbot here, like any one of your contacts. So your chatbot is like any employee in your organization. So you click on it, and you can start communication with it. So hi, for example. and the chatbot reply. And for example, you are at home working during COVID-19, you're working from home, and you are having a problem that you are not able to connect to your VPN. Okay, so the chatbot will understand the message and will understand that this is an incident and you are not able to connect to VPN. So what it will say is it will take your information here and will give you a quick help on how to connect to your VPN. So it goes through all the configuration needed, and this you can configure it and adapt it to your enterprise. So how to connect to VPN, how to make a VPN connection, and how to set your username and password. And then it will ask you if it's helpful or not. So if it's not, if it's yes, it will be closed. And if it's not, so you are able to open a ticket. So for example, here I will say no. So let me open a ticket on your behalf, and the chatbot will take my VPN, will take your information and open automatically a ticket in your ITSM system. So my VPN is not working. I need your support urgent. Okay, and here you confirm what you wrote, and the ticket is opened and it's logged into your ITSM, and it will give you the date needed to solve the chatbot, to solve the issue. So all this is done through Teams, and it's done automatically without having the interference or the help of any of your IT team. So let's say, for example, I need a service. For example, uh, I need a new hardware, for example. Here you're asking about a service, and here you can get all the hardwares that you are able to choose during in your work. So you need a new PC, for example, or a new laptop. So you choose and you say done, and then you have to state your reason. So I have a conference, and then a new ticket is opened, and you are able, and everything is logged using your username, your team's username as a main credential for you, and it will be logged into your ITSM, so you are able to see this as an IT team and reply to the user without receiving a call, without getting involved anyone of your team. So this is in a nutshell how our IT assistant can work. So it covers two main parts. The first part is incident management. So as you are saying, I'm not able to connect to my VPN. I'm not able to connect to Wi-Fi. I want to choose my Wi-Fi credentials. So all the incidents needed and handled, mainly, especially in IT, most of the questions are repetitive. There is a lot of questions that are repetitive, and the IT support is extremely automated. It's very important to be automated. So the chatbot is capable of doing all this. And the second part is mainly services. So you are able to cover all the requested services, whether it's a printer, whether it is a new hardware, whether it is a Wi-Fi access, a VPN credential. So both, whether it's a service or incident, both are covered by the chatbot. So if anyone have a question.
So the question, we will, just to remind you, I mean, for the question, please put them on the Q&A section, and then we will cover them at the end. Okay, so thank you, Khalid, for the demo. Now, what's important, I mean, just to give you a little bit of from an experience we had with a client in Abu Dhabi. So they started with the IT chatbot, but then slowly and they started to expand it to HR request. You know, how many days of balance? What's my balance of days of leave I have? I need to renew my visa and so on. And especially during COVID, they actually fed Lewis with all the questions and answer about the COVID. So when are we going back to the office? What is my if I felt sick while at home, should I take a day off and so on? So they started to putting all the COVID related questions, and this really makes it a big success. And now they are collecting data, and hopefully we'll share with you some analysis about how much time they saved and cost and so on. So what you saw now, what we have prepared for you next is basically we simplified. We want you to simplify the experience of you trying and testing this bot. So we created a link. What you saw now in Khalid's demo, you can do it very quickly yourself. So we created a link. We will send you this link by email at the end of the webinar. But even now, with the QR code that you can see on the screen, you can try it with your mobile. So it will point you to the link, and this link will ask you to open the link in Teams app, and it will be a chat, and then you can start testing the chat instant now. So once you get the link also by email, we will send you along with it a PowerPoint with the scenarios that we discussed. You can try them and test them yourself. Now we are also so we have Khalid, we have Amit, myself, and the rest of the team to support you during testing. So if you have a question, especially about integration questions, so you have an ITSM that you are using, whether it's HP, CA, or Manage Engine, you want to integrate with it. You have a Oracle HRMS, you want to integrate with it. So all the integration points, we are here to support you. And if required, we can also show you a proof of concept. So actually integrate with your development environment and show you how it works. So this is what you need to expect as the next step. I'll leave it just for a while here on the screen if you want to take the QR code. Now, with that, we reached the Q&A. So we have already some questions that we saw that you have put on the chat, and I'm gonna go through some of them just in the next 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then I mean, otherwise you can always contact us for more questions. So the first question we have on the chat, I think Khalid, maybe this question is for you. So how much maintenance the bot needs? So once we have the bot deployed, up and running, does it require any maintenance going forward?
Yes, mainly the maintenance that we provide for the bot, and what is important for the bot is to enhance its NLP and adapt it more and more into the IT jargon of the company. So what we do is we monitor the NLP of the bot, the performance, and we enhance it with time. So there is a learning curve for the bot. So the bot is capable of becoming smarter based on the amount of question he's receiving, and we monitor the success rate of the bot and the failures, and we enhance the bot with it. And sure, there is kind of maintenance, so the health check that we do for the bot and for the different services, check for bugs, for errors, and for performance of the bot.
Okay. Okay, super. So we have another question. Someone is asking if the incident management software is on-premise and it's a third party, so it's not from Microsoft, can the chatbot send to it an email to open a case?
Yes, sure. This is, and even we are able to, if this ITSM, if we can have a VPN connection or a secure connection to this ITSM, so we are able to integrate with it and make it more and get more of it than only sending an email.
Okay,
but the email is for sure.
Okay, so another question, is the chatbot a separate service or an inbuilt to Teams? So I just can take that. So basically the chatbot is deployed on Azure, and it runs on Azure bot framework, and then it is published to Teams. So you will need to set, we'll set it up for you in your environment in Azure, and then publish it in Teams. Khalid, another question: is there a way to see what has been asked to the bot? So maybe
Yes.
reporting, analytics.
Yes, there is a reporting engine for the chat bot, so it will show you, for example, what are the top questions, what are the top answers, what are, for example, the live communication, a history of everything was asked, and also what are the dialogues that succeeds. For example, if a user enter into a dialogue and he didn't finish it till the end, this means that the user is not satisfied. So we are able to monitor the satisfaction of the bot by using the bot and enhancing the bot during time and increasing its performance.
Yeah, so
So
basically
sure,
you
there
are
is a report.
training it with past question and answers and or past experiences.
Yes, ensure there is a reporting engine for the bot.
Great, thank you. So there is a question which is related somehow. So can the bot generate a report by integrating with other enterprise systems such as a CRM and finance?
Yes,
I think,
yes.
you know, like I think from the finance perspective, we can definitely see how many, you know, questions, answers, cost savings, all these integrations are possible. Yes. Another also question about the integration with Manage Engine. So we can definitely integrate with Manage Engine. We've done it in the past as well. So like you saw in the demo, when the bot doesn't have an answer, you can open an incident, or when you have a service request, it will open an incident. So there is an integration with Manage Engine, definitely. Is there a limit in the number of questions that can be fed to the bot?
No.
No. So there is really no limit here.
It is related to your know-how on how to train the bot and how to make the bot capable of understanding these questions. So it's mainly about and this is a very important topic wherever you have a chatbot that you want to build, is the know-how of the trainer, which is us, on how to train the bot, build the data, because it's all about data. AI is not a plug and play AI, but in our case, we are doing it as a plug and play, and we'll explain it more. It's about building a data set, setting the answers and the questions, and fed it to the bot, so he's capable of understanding them and make the difference between them. This is the art of AI teaching of the bot. So yes, there is no limit, and we are we are able to do this by looking into your historical data if there is any.
Yeah. Khaled, there is an interesting question. So someone is saying, I like what I saw, but what makes it really different than others from a bot
Yes.
perspective? So
Yes,
yeah.
this is a very important question. So, what make us different is the plug and play effect. So, when you build a bot, with anyone else or with any company, there is a time to implement. So you have to teach the AI to integrate it with your backend, and especially the part of teaching the AI is very tricky. So you have to build a data set. So you build examples about what are the questions that you are getting, and fed it to the bot. This process of implementing a bot, it takes generally, if it's very quick, about 6 weeks, and if it's normal, it would take between 2, 3, and 4 months. So what we did is we automate the entire process. So based on the fact that we implemented a lot of IT bots, so now we know very well what are the questions that are going to be covered, and these are repetitive questions on most of the enterprises. So what we did is based on our experience, we created the AI for the IT bot. So now the IT bot is capable from day one to understand all the IT help desk questions. So you're not going through a process of AI learning and the learning curve that you do with any new bot implemented. You are getting like you are recruiting your IT support that is graduated from a university, so he know what is the meaning and have his own experience. So he knows what is the meaning of a VPN problem. He know what is the meaning of I need a new printer. So you have this bot that is pre-trained and getting all the information that he got from the previous projects, and it's a plug and play now. So what you have in your environment is a bot that can be deployed in 2 or 3 weeks just to fine tune it and make sure that it's very well integrated with your backend systems. So this is one of the major competitive edge or the major differentiator of our bot is the time to implement and the maturity of the bot. So you are getting a bot that is implemented and ready to be used in a couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, and you have the entire experience that he got from previous projects.
Yeah, thank you. I think that's very important, especially these days. You know, time to deploy, time to value is very important. So let me just move to the next question. I think next question is about manage engine integration. So that's again very easy to do. We have experience with it. We can even show you some scenarios. So manage engine, no problem with that. Does the bot only work in English?
No.
Khalid, do you want to talk about
Arabic.
it with the language aspect of it?
Yes. Mainly the bot is multi-language, so we are not limited with English, especially Arabic. We have our Arabic AI engine, so it's capable of understanding Arabic language. And our, as that was saying, in our labs, we developed our AI NLP engine for Arabic, so we are able to understand Arabic in a very interesting way, and hitting the same performance of English on any cloud provider. So we support Arabic, we support English, we support French, we support German. Any language that you would like to implement is already supported in this chatbot.
Great, super. So there is a question about research and statistics. So we can share with you that on a one-to-one basis, basically what other companies have done and what I mean the analytics that we extracted from other companies. So we can share that, I mean, where possible. There is a question about how the licensing works. So basically here we have two components. So Teams, you already have it, you have the license for it. There is nothing to pay or to buy. The bot, we are this is chargeable. So there is the one-time deployment, which basically deploys the bot on your Azure environment, set it up. We do the integration, we publish it on Teams, and so on. So that's a one-time fee, and there is the Azure, and there is an Azure subscription that is required. So it consumes servers and some other components of Azure, which is on the ongoing basis, and of course the support. So we offer you support for maintenance, health check, continuously learning and teaching the NLP. So there are we have a support package. So there is a one-time deployment, an ongoing support package from us, and the Azure subscription required to run the servers. I think we can take one more or two more. So how to utilize the historical service desk data and chatbot. So definitely this is at the deployment stage when you have already asked questions that you have, question and answers that you have, we will feed them to the bot, and that would be a very good starting point. So whatever historical questions and answers you have, we take them and we import them, or we teach them to the bot, and then the bot starts from there. Hi, does the bot supports linear and non-linear approach? Khalid, do you want to take this question, or is it clear for you, or we want to?
No, it's not clear.
Yeah. Hi, does this bot supports linear and non-linear? So please, if you can just type it again, maybe explain a little bit what do you mean by linear and non-linear approach. Does the bot automatically learn and add the concepts?
Automatically, it will enhance its NLP, but for a new kind of question and new intent and entities, it's about us to teach it to the bot.
Okay, all right. And one last question: does the bot translate on the fly, or do we need to feed it the requested language?
No, you need to feed it the requested language because it's a different AI engine. So, especially when we talk to when we take the Arabic approach, translation is not efficient. So it's not translation then feed it to an AI engine in English when you get a question in Arabic. So what you do is you have a specific AI engine for Arabic because the structure of AI of Arabic language is completely different than English and Latin grammar and everything else. So you don't translate because the efficiency is very bad when you translate. So what we do is really we take the Arabic language, Arabic question, and we feed it to an Arabic AI, specific AI for Arabic, and reply back to the user.
All right. I mean, the questions are not stopping, but I think maybe we have 2 or 3 more minutes. So question about support package available as a subscription, or we can repurchase it as per our need. So both basically, we recommend to have an ongoing support contract because there is always the optimization, health check, teaching, learning. I mean, it's on an ongoing basis. So it's a very dynamic environment. You know, the questions might change. There might be some new questions, new answers. We also leverage the history of the chats, the history of and analytics to feed it. So and keep on optimizing it. So it's kind of an ongoing process. But to answer your question, we have both options on an incident basis and an ongoing basis. Okay, I think I mean we can take your all the other questions offline. From a webinar timing perspective, we are at 45. So with that, I would like first to thank you all for attending. Thank you for your time, and thank you, Khaled, for your for the demo and your participation. We're looking forward to connecting with you on a one-to-one basis. Please try the link that we're going to send you. Test it yourself, test it in your environment. Tell us what you want, if you have particular scenarios that you want to deploy, demo, any proof of concept that you want to try in your environment. So we are ready for that. We're offering that for all the attendees of the webinar. And yes, so thank you again, and we're looking forward to having you on our next webinar as well. Have a good day. Bye-bye.